Okay, so I'm going to go over this case number 5 now, and it is entirely DC properties. So let's get started. Up first is Jonah Hex on Blu-ray. The DVD was in the previous case, if you remember. If not, you can check out my collection update for case number 4. And then we have Justice League Disc 1. This is based on the Justice League and Justice League Unlimited series shows, which I think are the best Justice League shows out there. If the Justice League live action stuff was to this caliber, they'd be doing good consistently. Here's disc 2. I'm not going to show all the discs actually because they all look the same. But there are 10 discs for that show. And then here's an excerpt from the original Justice League series, Justice League Justice on Trial, right there. And an excerpt from Justice League Unlimited is Justice League Unlimited Saving the World here. If you hear scratching in the background, that's because our little dog Benny is, for some reason, clawing the carpet. Benny, stop it! Okay, then up next we have Justice League, The New Frontier, right here. Honestly, I'm going to have to rewatch this one because I think I fell asleep during it. Because I started watching it when I was really tired. But I have a space saved for a Blu-ray of that one. As is the case for most of these animated movies for the DC universe. Here we have Justice League Crisis on Two Earths, which has a second disc that does look different, so I'll be showing that one as well. There we go. And there's a space for a Blu-ray because it's me, and why wouldn't I try and dual format it? I don't think a 4K exists for that particular one. Back this up a little bit. There we go. Then we have Justice League War with a space saved for a Blu-ray. Then we have Justice League Throne of Atlantis here. That disc looks kind of cool. Space saved for a Blu-ray. Then we have, Justice League Gods and Monsters. This one's an Elseworlds project if it were to be made today. Or remade today, I should say. So, space for a Blu-ray of that. Then on 2 discs, we have Justice League Doom. This is where Batman has a contingency plan to get rid of the Justice League, just in case they ever go bad, because Batman has trust issues, obviously. But yeah, space for a Blu-ray of that as well. The Legion of Doom gets their hands on Bruce Wayne's contingency plans for the Justice League and utilizes said plans. Then we have Justice League Dark. This is my first copy. I have 2 copies. The other one is coming up here in just a couple of pages, so we'll get there in just a second. That one I have 2 spaces saved for because I saw there was a 4K available. Same with Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. And while Justice League Dark Apocalypse War is supposed to be a sequel to Justice League Dark, it doesn't really have a whole lot in common with it. But anyway, then we have Best of DC Animated Movies, Disc 1, featuring The Death of Superman, Justice League vs. Teen Titans, which I have space for a Blu-ray of, and Justice League Dark again, right here. I'm trying to show these in such a way that for these more reflective discs, so there isn't a glare, but it's not working very well. And disc 2 has Batman vs. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They end up working together in the end. Spoiler alert. But yeah. And then there's Batman the Killing Joke right here. I do have another copy of Batman the Killing Joke that we already went over. So there's my second copy. And then on the last disc, we have Suicide Squad Hell to Pay, Wonder Woman animated movie, and All-Star Superman. Although when I get to the Superman section, I still have a space saved for a DVD, a standalone DVD of All-Star Superman, because I only have a Blu-ray of it so far. And then we have Justice League versus Fatal 5 with spaces saved for a space saved for a Blu-ray. My bad. Sometimes I get caught up in my words and stumble with them. Then we have Justice Society World War II on Blu-ray, and look at how transparent that disc is. You can see me right through it, basically. Yeah, you can see me through it quite well, actually. But it works just fine still. Space for a DVD of that one. And then we have Injustice, based on the Injustice Gods Among Us video game, which I'm not sure how they got an R-rated movie out of a rated T for teen game, but there you go. They did it. The Injustice movie is actually pretty good. So I have a space for a Blu-ray of that. Then I have, how many copies of this? I have 2 DVD copies of Kick-Ass here. And a Blu-ray copy. The reason I have this under the DC side of things is because one of the characters looks like Batman a little bit. Then I have Kick-Ass 2 on DVD and Blu-ray, which I'll show here once I get this back in its little sleeve here. There we go. Then I have 2 spaces saved for DVDs of Krypton Season 1. But here's what the 2 Blu-rays look like. They look the same, so I'm only going to show the first one. I imagine the DVDs will probably look the same because that is the case for Season 2, where both the DVDs and the Blu-rays look like this for both discs. It's a pretty good series. I finished watching the first season, and I got busy watching other things. Got sidetracked from watching the second season, but there you go. It has Lobo, Brainiac, and Doomsday. Then I have 2 copies of RED, which is an acronym for Retired Extremely Dangerous. You can see the DC logo there, but this is not a superhero movie. It ends in the DC universe, but it's not a superhero story. Then I have a special edition on a different disc. And then I have a Blu-ray of the special edition. I don't think there's a runtime difference. Yeah, there's not a runtime difference between any of those 3 copies. Then I have RED 2. On DVD and Blu-ray. And then we have Return to the Batcave, which I ended up writing the runtime on. Above the title there, it is a 90-minute movie, in case you didn't know that. And I have spaces saved for triple formatting that one. Then we have Secret Origin, the story of DC Comics, right here. And then from here, the rest of the case is taken up by Smallville, because I have 3 copies of the entire series. Up first is the complete DVD collection, complete series DVD collection, where all 6 discs per season look the same, but each season itself looks different for the case design, or disc design, I mean. So here is Season 1, Disc 1. The only difference on the discs is the number on the disc. And it's not numbered 1 through 6 per season. It's numbered 1 through, I think, 60. Because 6 discs times 10 seasons. Yeah. So there's that. That's a difference from the initial individual copies that I got. So here's season 2. As you can tell, that says disc 7, not season 2, disc 1. And here's disc 17 from season 3, or season 3, disc 5. And here's season 4, disc 1, or disc 19. Then we have season 5, disc 1, right here. Season 6, disc 3. Season 7, disc 3. Season 8, disc 1. Oops, that's still season 8, my bad. Season 9, disc 1. And season 10, disc 4. And yeah. The Blu-ray Complete Series collection, the discs look the same as the ones I just showed, but are Blu-ray format instead of a DVD. Both come with 2 identical special feature discs or bonus discs or whatever you want to call them. Both discs look the same for both the Complete Series DVD collection and Complete Series Blu-ray collection. So there's that. And then season 2, or for copy 2 for my DVDs, it was when I got each season individually. And I decided to put Blu-rays at the end of each season. So I will have to show all the discs for the DVD seasons this time around because they all have different things on them. So here's season 1, disc 1 again. This one has Clark, portrayed by Tom Welling, who did a remarkable job as Clark Kent, but didn't have his time to shine as Superman himself, except for like 5 minutes in the series finale. Then we have disc 2 with Lana Lang, played by Christian Crook. Then we have disc 3 with Michael Rosenbaum's Lex Luthor. I don't remember all the names of the actors, but I do remember at least these first 4. Here's Allison Mack as Chloe Sullivan. On to season 1, disc 4. For example, I don't remember this actor's name, but he's playing Pete Ross, one of Clark's high school buddies. And then we have John Snyder and Annette O'Toole as Mr. and Mrs. Kent, Jonathan and Martha. And like I said, the Blu-ray discs look the same as that first DVD collection. So after each DVD season, or second DVD season, I'll show you one of the Blu-ray discs. This time there are only 40 discs because it was 4 discs for 10 seasons, plus the 2 bonus discs, which I'll show the second disc of this time. But that won't be in this case, I don't think. And here's season 2, disc 1, again with Clark. Season 2, disc 2 with Lana. Season 2, disc 3 with Lex. disc 4 with Chloe for season 2. Season 2, disc 5 with Pete Ross again. And Mr. and Mrs. Kent are once again on the disc 6 for season 2. Then we have the Blu-ray season 2 discs. It'll look like that. And then we have season 3 disc 1 with Clark on it. I think Clark's usually on the first disc. Then disc 2 with Lana. Three with Lex. Season 3 disc 3, and then season 3 disc 4 with Chloe again. Pete Ross on disc 4. And Mr. and Mrs. Kent on disc 6, or disc 5 for Pete Ross, my bad. Then we have season 3, disc 1 Blu-ray. All the discs look the same, like I've mentioned a time or two. Then, okay, so season 4 discs 1, 2, 3, and 4 have Clark, Lana, Lex, and Chloe respectively. And then disc 5 changed to having Lionel Luthor on it. So that's what Smallville's Lionel Luthor looks like. And disc 6 has Mr. and Mrs. Kent on it again. Then we have Blu-ray discs for season 4. You'll notice each disc has its own symbol on it, or each group or season's worth of discs has its own group or its own logo on it. These are all symbols that show up in the show at one point or another, but I don't remember what very many of them mean. Okay, for season 5, discs 1, 2, 3, and 4 have Clark through Chloe again. Then disc 5 has Lois Lane on it. I don't remember the name of this character. Is it Erica something? I think. Erica Durance, I think. She shows up as Kara Zor-El's mom in a couple of seasons of the Supergirl show from the Arrowverse. And then we have season 5 Blu-rays. Season 6 has Clark on disc 1, Lana on disc 2, Lex on disc 3, Chloe and Jimmy Olsen on disc 4 there. Green Arrow and Lois on disc 5. And he's in a series called Tracker now. Good series. Check it out if you have, I think, Paramount or Hulu. Not sure which. I think Paramount. Then we have Mr. Luthor, Lionel and Martha Kent on disc 6 for season 6. A little odd that Lana wasn't on. Oh wait, yes she was. Anyway, in case you haven't seen season 6 of Smallville, I'm not going to spoil what or why I wasn't sure if Lana would be on the disc or not. But then we have season 6 on Blu-ray here. It's the disc 1 for the season. And then Clark is on season 7, disc 1 again. Lex is on disc 2. Lana on disc 3. Chloe and Lois, who are cousins, are on disc 4. And then Laura Vanderbilt, Supergirl, is on the the disc with Jimmy Olsen there. And Jimmy Olsen, in real life, his twin plays Iceman in the X-Men franchise, Sean and Aaron Ashmore. And then disc 6 just has Lionel. I think for a little while Martha wasn't in the show. She was alive throughout the whole show, but she wasn't in it all the way through. Then we have season 7, disc 1 on Blu-ray. That design logo. Just so you can probably get a better look at the logo and try to identify it. I'll show this disc as well. If you recognize the symbol on the back of the disc, let me know in the comments section because I don't recognize it personally. Then season 8, disc 1 has Clark on it again, with Chloe on disc 2, Lois by herself on disc 3 here, Jimmy Olsen on disc 4. Disc 5 has Tess Mercer and Davis Bloom, aka Doomsday. And disc 6 has Oliver Queen, Green Arrow, right there. Fun fact, Justin Hartley, Green Arrow on that disc, he was the first live-action Green Arrow before Stephen Amell got his turn in Arrow and the Arrowverse as a whole. Then we have season 8, disc 1 on Blu-ray. Season 9, I'm going to go ahead and show Clark on this disc this time because he looks much older than the previous discs, as this is 8 years after the first season, so naturally he would look older. And Chloe's on disc 2, Lois on disc 3, Tess is by herself on disc 4. I would say what her actual name is, but that would be a spoiler alert, and I don't really want to do very many spoilers, but Tess Mercer is not her actual name. That much I'll spoil. Then this season 9, disc 5 has General Zod, who I think is just Captain Zod or Lieutenant Zod or something in this. He wasn't a full-blown general in Smallville, the series, so that's interesting. And then we have Oliver in his Green Arrow outfit for disc 6. Oh, and then we have season 9, disc 1 on Blu-ray, or disc 33 overall, because there were 40 discs in this season. Season 10, disc 1 has Clark on it. Season 10, disc 2 has Lois. Tess is on disc 3. Oliver is on disc 4. Chloe's on disc 5, and Mr. and Mrs. Kent are on disc 6. If you've seen all the way through season 5, you'll find it odd that Jonathan Kent is on disc 6 for season 10, because given that this is a Superman story, it's not really a spoiler saying that Jonathan Kent doesn't live throughout the whole series, ends up dying partway through the show. I won't say where he dies, but John Snyder's Jonathan Kent does end up dying in the course of Smallville. Then we have season 10, disc 4 for Blu-ray here. And we are going to get to the other Blu-ray thing. I thought we wouldn't. Here's the other bonus discs. This time I'm showing disc 2. I showed disc 1 previously. And this video is only taking about a half an hour so far. Not even. It's 24:41. 24 minutes. And then here is the live action Spawn movie. I want to try and get a Blu-ray DVD combo for this one to add to this copy. If nothing else, just to have the runtime, because I don't know the runtime of that. And then I have all three. Excuse me. All three of the animated Spawn movies. Unlike the live action one, these ones would not appeal to a PG-13 audience because they're TVMA with lots of gore and language and other stuff. And then we have your Spawn 2 from the animated. I have 2 copies of that one. I showed the second one. The first one just has the Backstage Video sticker that is showed up on other discs, like that. There you go. And then we have Spawn 3, which on the disc it says Uncut Collector's Edition for mature audiences. Yeah. And we have In the Mind of Todd McFarlane, who created Spawn, right here. And then I have 2 existing copies of Suicide Squad Hell to Pay individually. We have the standalone DVD, and the Blu-ray looks the same, but it's a little bit darker colored and more transparent. So there you go. See, transparent, you can see my hand right behind it there. So yeah, I have not gotten the 4K Blu-ray combo yet, but I do have 2 spaces saved for that whenever I end up getting it, because it's me, I'm going to end up getting it eventually. Yeah, so that is case number 5. I'm going to be setting this video to premiere on June 1st, because that would start the second quarter of the year, and I'm doing quarterly collection updates. I will also be, depending on what day of the week and my work schedule, depending on what day of the week June 1st is, I might do case 6 that day. After this one premieres. I'm not sure when I'm going to have this one premiere, but when it does, I will be, after the premiere, I'll do a video for case 6, but I'm going to end this one here at just under 28 minutes.